trade rumor now that was been circling the old internet today. So it's not Islanders related, but we're going to make it Islanders related because it's for a player that we've talked about a lot. So again, this is just rumor. It's not like this is not confirmed or anything like that, but the rumor is that the Jets and Blackhawks are in talks for a trade. The Jets would send Ehlers and McGroarty for Murphy, Reichel, and a 2024 first round pick. Your thoughts? Well, first let's do thoughts on the trade package, and then see how the Islanders could theoretically match it or get close to something like that.
Yeah, my initial thought when it came up in the Discord was, I don't know if we can match that. And Ryan immediately responded saying we can and we must. And the more I looked at it, not even the more I looked at it, when I looked at it, because my initial thing was like Connor Murphy, young, good right-handed defenseman, Lucas Reichel, upcoming young forward. I don't like the idea of Kevin Cheveldayoff sniffing around that because he found that with the PLD trade in LA.
Murphy's not that young anymore.
Exactly. Right. I thought he was in his 20s. And then I looked at his profile, 31 years old. Like, yep, but he is not young at all, Mitch, whatsoever. And not that great. Right. Like, what's his career high? Like 19 points or something like that?
I'll look it up now, but he's more of to me, he screams like defensive second pair righty. Like that's his role. Career high. Yeah, you're right. 19 points in 2020.
So like we're looking at second to third pair defenseman. Sure, he's a right shot, which is what Winnipeg wants. And when we say second pair, is that he can play 20 minutes. Is he a good shutdown defenseman? He played for Chicago, and Chicago doesn't want him anymore. So that tells you everything you need to know right there. Probably not.
No, he's probably not. He's probably better for a third pair, and he's not making crazy money at 4-4 this year and next year.
4-4? Wow. Oh my God. That's so much money for it's more than Scott Mayfield.
It is. I would think Connor Murphy's better than Scott Mayfield, though.
Maybe. It might be close. Okay. And then Lucas Reichel has played 2 years in the NHL and also hasn't really done much more than like 20 points.
Yeah, his best year was this year with 16 and 65 as a 21-year-old. I have my comp in mind, but let's maybe hold off on Islanders comp in mind. But he's a first-round pick in 2020, 17th overall. 65 games this year, 16 points, 99 over the course of 3 years with 32 points. He's still young, but he hasn't really done a lot on a team that, like, I don't know, they're not good, so I'm sure they were giving him opportunities, or he could have earned the opportunity to play more, and that wasn't the case.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't earn the opportunity to play more on a team that was just bereft of talent. Although he closed out the year with 11 points in his last 10 games, so there is something there. But like, he's got really good AHL numbers. Point per game player, 57 points in 56 games 2 years ago, 51 and 55 in 22-23, and then scored 15 and 23 at the NHL level in his first year with the Blackhawks. His first like true year. He had 11 games a year before that, but like we're not going to count that. There might be something there with Reichel. There might be. That's clearly the cream of the crop in terms of the trade. And then at 2024 first. How many do they have again? They have two, don't they? Ours and their own? Or not even their own. They took ours, right?
Yeah, so, but they got to have an earlier one, I would think. Give me a second.
Yeah,
I could tell you. Yeah, they do. They have an earlier one, a second overall.
Right. Of course. Come on, man. Woo, you can tell I'm not feeling it. I don't even have this basic stuff in my head right now. Yeah, they have that and ours, 20th overall, so they'll probably trade the 20th overall there for that. Or no, sorry, 18th overall.
Correct.
Right? That was ours.
They originally had 20th, and the Islanders and them swapped 18 and 20.
Whew. We've got to be able to match this trade. Could we not?
I would think so. Where my head was going on this was a first-round pick, obviously. Yeah. I think Holmstrom is the Reichel comp that I had in my head.
Sure. Okay. Fair.
And then I guess Pollock would be the righty D. I don't think anyone's taking on Mayfield, but I think Pollock is obviously better than Murphy and has a lot more term. But I think it balances it out because I don't know if there's as much promise with Holmstrom as there is Reichel.
Yeah. I don't even know if you need to give the first if you're sending Ryan Pollock in that trade.
Really? For both Ehlers and McGroarty?
McGroarty doesn't want to be there. They have no leg to stand on. There's not. Okay. Winnipeg has nothing here. They can hold on to him, but like he doesn't want to play for them. So great.
Because I think that I think this kid can play.
Yes.
I mean, he put up a monster year at Michigan. For those who don't know, which is totally fine. Like he's not an Islanders prospect, so why would you know? But he had 52 points in 36 games, 16 goals at the University of Michigan, and then in the U20 World Juniors had 9 points, 5 goals in 7 games.
Yeah, like this kid went off this year. And I'm pretty sure this Michigan side isn't as stacked as it used to be. Let me just look it up here. Hockey DB, University of Michigan. Oh, okay. That's going to take me forever to do. Never mind.
Also, he was the captain of the U20 and the U18 team as well.
So already a favorite of the Islanders right there.
Yeah. Right? So I don't think anyone's worried about like on ice character or any of that stuff.
Right. Okay. So Frank Nazar played on the team, which was one of our, which should have been our pick, was basically who they got out of the trade Romanov that we made with Montreal. Yes, for Romanov, and they made for Kirby Doc.
Yep.
Right. So they got him, Luca Fantilli, which I believe is Adam Fantilli's brother. Yep, definitely looks exactly like him. Marshall Warren, P.S. one of our prospects now. So there's a link there with McGroarty. But the big guy in the team is Gavin Brindley with 53 points in 40 games. And I don't know anything about Gavin Brindley. 2nd round pick. So he went off big time this year. That could very well be because he's playing with Rutger McGroarty.
Yeah, entirely possible.
So, yeah, like the kid can absolutely play. So it's going to cost a bit to get him, but I don't think that Winnipeg's got much of a leg to stand on for him. And with Ehlers, they're trying to get better, and you're giving them a bona fide top 4 right-handed defenseman, shutdown or offensive minded. He can play on the power play if you really want him to. He's got a pretty decent contract in terms of the actual cap hit itself for what he brings to the table. He's a little bit older in the tooth, I think, is where we might lose some value on Ryan Pollock. But Ryan Pollock, like greater than Connor Murphy.
Oh, significantly. Yeah, significantly.
So if it costs Murphy, Reichel, and a first, I think it would cost us, let's say, Ryan Pollock, Simon Holmstrom, or Oliver Wahlstrom, maybe even, and then a second.
Okay.
I think.
All right. I mean, I would do it, one, because Ehlers excites me as a piece to put next to those two, but you're also getting a 20-year-old that has a ton of potential. And again, like he wants an opportunity to play. I think that's a big thing for him. I think he can make the Islanders roster out of camp and be on the 3rd line next year.
Yeah. Is he better than Simon Holmstrom right now?
I think yes. I think he is.
Okay. I haven't seen much of his game, so I'm not totally clear on that. Simon Holmstrom is very well rounded, which is good for us. Like he can play defensively, he can play offensively. Maybe he doesn't put up a ton of points, but clearly good on the PK. I'm not sure about McGroarty's ability to do that. But if you're getting a guy who can, create offense more so than Simon Holmstrom, you can maybe find some other guys to play that defense for him.
If you like that, make sure to subscribe to Up the Turnpike on Patreon for more exclusive New York Islanders content.